Welcome once again to your class, where we have completed the two parts of punctuation, end punctuation and internal punctuations, and we have studied about the whole categories of end punctuation and the internal punctuation. Now in this class we'll finish it off by word punctuation. Word punctuation, like how the punctuations can change the word, and sometimes we have to change the letter as well. Now here we will start the first with that apostrophe. This you can check it out on page number 31 on textbooks and page number 23 in your study materials. Apostrophe, the pronunciation should also be proper. Apostrophe, a comma upside of the letters, any letter. 90% times it could be on S. Okay. So if you remember in your explanation of poetry, Polonius' advice, I explained this apostrophe. Once again I'll explain this to you, and you take that example also in your mind, and you can check it out in introduction of Polonius' advice poem. I have used this apostrophe, and why it is being used I said also. To indicate possession, ownership, belonging, there we can use the apostrophe. First is like children's day, children apostrophe S. Then Ravi's book. Whose book is this? It is Ravi's book. When do we celebrate Children's Day? On 14th November. That is especially meant for a specific category of the human beings, that is children. So it is not a plural form. It is not a plural form. Plural form, which is the plural form of child? Itself is children. So already it is a plural. Children itself is plural. We are adding S to show the possession of day, that this day belongs to children. Okay. Sometimes we take people's party. So how do we write down people's party? People already is a, like here take that one, people, itself is a plural. It is a people's party. People's opinion. So you can go for this one here in front of that to make sure that it is related to people. It already itself is a plural. Okay. Now next is to indicate contraction. Contracted forms. You must have heard about that contracted forms. Will not. We make it contracted by writing won't. Like this type of English, especially the contracted forms, we have to use in our dialogue writing. You have an exercise in your syllabus, and actually last section of your examination pattern consists of the dialogue writing. So there you have to add, where you are writing the dialogues, there you have to add this type of the contracted forms, because in the like normal language, what do we speak? We don't use the full forms, we use the contracted ones. Won't you be happy? Will not. Don't do that. Do not do that, we never say. Do not disturb. Don't disturb. Let me do my work. Okay? Don't disturb. This is normal language, what we use in our daily life. So the dialogue, in that dialogue also we have to use that one. So here won't, don't, shan't, shall, not would be contracted and make it as the shan't. Okay? Aren't, amightn't, wouldn't, all shouldn't, couldn't, can't, all contracted forms get an apostrophe upside. You cannot say it as the comma. We take the comma, this is comma, we are taking it down. It is not the comma, it is the apostrophe. Okay. So here these are the two uses of the apostrophe where we have to use it out, and it should be used very carefully. I have seen many of the students, not talking about yourself, But I have found out that when they write down the letter, like letter writing, when they complete the letter, lastly, while saluting and while the last part, when you write down yours obediently, yours faithfully, or yours truly. For friends and all, you have to write down yours sincerely. So when you write down this one, there is no apostrophe upside of the S, like this. Yours faithfully. Here, this yours is a possessive pronoun. There is no need for putting apostrophe S. If somebody is putting apostrophe S over here, this is totally wrong. This is wrong. If you are putting apostrophe S over there, there is no need to put. You simply have to write down like yours, yours, without any apostrophe, because itself is a pronoun, like mine, thine, yours. This is a pronoun. Possession pronoun, showing the possessive pronoun. This is that one. So when we are using in the examination, or especially during writing the letters, we are not supposed to use apostrophe. This I have shown you when to use apostrophe. This is not to use apostrophe, because many of the students have a, like you can say, misconception that this type of the apostrophe S to be used when you are writing the letter. It is totally wrong. Please take it out of your mind, because this is a personal pronoun. It is a possessive personal pronoun. It is a pronoun. It is not any word your and you are adding S. It is not. It is a pronoun. Okay. So just I hope you will remember it till the time we get a chance to meet, and just in the examination at least you can remember this one out. Next is the hyphen. In the word punctuation, the next is hyphen. Hyphen is a small dash which we can use in between the compound words. First is, it is used in the compound words. Compound words means combining 2 or 3 words combined together to make a one word. Then we can call it as a compound word. So here the first compound word is mother-in-law. Here in-law itself is a word, then we are using mother. So here we have to put father-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever. These are the compound words where we are using the hyphen in between to separate it out, to clarify the relation. Co-education, separating. Co and education. This is again a compound word. They make a meaning when they come together also. That is cooperation. That is also a compound word. 1/3. 1/3 of majority is required to pass a bill. What is 1/3? This is 1/3. 1/3 out of the 1. If 3 are ready for that, out of the whole, 1 part you can say, 3 parts are ready for that. That is 1/3. So here, like we can say half, then 1/4, 1/3, all comes into that. Okay. So here 1/3 we use the hyphen in between. Like you must have seen that, or you must have written half an hour. For that also we can take the hyphen. Now next is after a single letter connected to a noun. When we are using any single letter, it is not a word. Remember it out. When 2-3 letters combine together, they can make a word. Letter is different. Letter is single one. A is a single letter. A to Z, we can call it as alphabet. Okay. So A itself is a single letter. Here it means like single letter, like Y, junction. We are getting the noun. Connected to a noun, it is junction. Y, junction. U-turn. Must have listened in Google Maps and everywhere. Take a U-turn. This is U-turn. The next is crossroads. or you can say X roads, to show the 4 roads mingling up, or you can say joining at one place or diverging at one place. That is known as the crossroads or X roads. So this hyphen can be used in this type of the categories. Now next we will go ahead with the capital letters. Capital letters, you must be aware of that, when to use the capital letter, because if I am not wrong, your school teachers, especially from your primary classes, the teachers have taught you how to start writing after the margin, and the first letter could be your capital letter at the beginning of a sentence. Sure, for everybody knows that. At the beginning of the sentence, you have to use the capital letter. Like I have given the one example here. There is a cow in the garden. There, the T should be capital. The rest of the words you can take it in a small letters, except this C. C is again a name, noun. So if you want, you can go for that. Otherwise, there is no need for taking C, because it is not a proper noun. It is a common one. Next is in the beginning of quotations. In the beginning of the quotations, any where we are using the inverted commas. In the previous class, we have got the explanation of the quotations. So when we are like using the direct speech, she said, what she said? I have repeated the same sentence to make it clarify to you. There is a cow in the garden. She said, there is a cow in the garden. Here the sentence is not starting, this sentence, this there is not starting from here, but still we are using capital T. Here it starts with there, so we have used T as the capital. Here it is not starting from the sentence, but still we are using to show you that when the inverted commas or when any quotations being start, we have to use capital letter, whatever it may be. Fine. With proper nouns and proper adjectives. This is also to be used, like proper noun, the British defeated the French. Here, the British, it's a proper noun. British is a proper noun. Why we are putting that here, the to make clarify, this is the definite article. We are using that one, the British defeated the French. So when we are using British and French, both are we are using in the capital, and this is actually the adjective, like we are showing proper nouns and the proper adjectives. Here it is a proper noun and it is a proper adjective. How? Because we are showing that the British defeated the French. We are not saying that anybody has defeated the French. We are making sure the British, this is a proper noun. Defeated whom? Anybody. The British defeated all. The British defeated anyone. We are specifying. So that has become the proper adjective. The French. Okay. With God and its references. Next use. Like I trust God. The G of God should be capital with the reference and his decisions. His H should be capital wherever it is coming in the sentence. If it is starting sentence, starting letter of the sentence, obviously we use that because in the beginning we have to use. But if suppose in middle also it is coming up or at the end also it is coming up, we have to use the first letter to be in a capital way. Okay. Like I trust God and his decisions, even though it is coming in the mid of the sentence, but H I have written in a capital. Now next is names of the political parties. Some names of the political parties are the abbreviated forms. Okay, like yesterday we have read about where the full stop to be kept or where not to be kept. So in that we have taken some example of NATO and UNESCO. In the same way, this is also like that. They make one word, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. Okay, so we cannot put dots in between, but we have to write down all the letters in capital. To represent that, B is representing another word, J is representing another word, and P is representing another one. Bharatiya Janata Party. So we have to use in that way. Next here is Congress. Congress I, Trinamool Congress, whatever the Congress is. If Trinamool Congress means T and C should be caps. Trinamool Congress. Here we are taking only Congress, so C should be capital. And we have taken one more as TRS, our regional party. Telangana Raksha Samiti. Telangana T, Raksha R, Samiti S. All inside it shows the different words from particular letter. So that's why we are writing it in capitals. The next is historical events. When we are representing historical events, we have to, or when we are writing historical events, names of the historical events, or in between also if we are writing, we have to use the capital. The First World War. We are celebrating Independence Day. Independence I and D should be capital. Republic Day. Republics are days, D should be capital. So this we have to keep it in mind when we are mentioning. Some people have a habit of writing the whole word in the capital. That is wrong. Like you are writing Independence Day. Like independence, if you are writing the whole INDEPENDENCE all in the caps means it wrong. You have to write down Independence I and days D to be in capital. I hope you have understood the whole explanation of punctuation. Now with this we have completed all the three parts of punctuation. I hope it is very clear for you, and please read it out in your work, in the study material and the textbook. In the next class we will meet with the other section of the grammar. By the time, take care. Have a nice day.